You guys think that's not that much, doesn't make a difference, but check it out. If you are natural, it can make a difference. That's the whole thing I'm talking about when it comes to like enhanced guys. Enhanced guys can be like this all they want. You just freaking tug on the thing and it's gonna grow. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got seated unilateral. We're using both bilateral, whatever. Bilateral is unilateral, but bilateral using cable rows. Okay, so here, now I see this happen all the time, and a couple things here we're gonna fix on this. Do we need to rotate our hands when we're doing stuff? Is it gonna hurt if you do? No, it's not. It's just if you're going to start rotating your hands when you're pulling, make sure that you're actually still engaging the lats. The problem with every time I see somebody doing rows is that they end up in the wrong spot. So just like Eubanks here, he's doing some good rows, but his rowing is coming back too far, he's a little up too high. Let's just watch what Jesse does. Okay, Jesse's on pull downs. Okay, cool. Is he gonna go back? What's going on here? We're gonna kill two birds with one stone here. So Jesse James was doing bilateral and Al's was doing unilateral. Let's get these things straight from the start, from floor to core. I want you guys to treat any kind of seated row. When you have leverage, like, you know, some people have like a foot plate, put it on, whatever. I want you guys to treat it just like doing a bent over barbell row, right? A lot of times I see this, and we're here, and then we're rowing, and then it makes you pull high because you gotta dodge your thighs, right? I want to be extended back. So think about it. If I'm doing a bent over row, I'm gonna look like this. Hinging back, creating leverage from here, down from here, from floor to core, toes are planted on the ground. And from here, whether I'm pronated, neutral, or supinated, I'm pulling like so. This is the exact same as this. That's what we want to do. Now, when we're doing the actual pulls, the reason why I don't like twisting too much is because whenever you're twisting, we're focused so much on the twisting part and not where the elbows should end up part, right? So when we're doing these, we want to have, again, if you watch me do this, you see where the weight is naturally pulling me this way, right? I'm going to now push down like this. You see that? I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna push down, and right away my lats are on. And from here, I'm going to, whether I kind of give myself a little bit of a rock from here, which is fine, keep my core engaged, my elbows are gonna go directly down here, and then again from here, my lats are engaged. I don't have to pull back any further, and I don't wanna put my wrists in like this to get any more range of motion. That's not needed. So again, from here, from the start, if you want your lats to work really hard, push down like this the entire time you're rowing. That's gonna keep your lats engaged the entire time. Now, can you rotate? Fine, rotate all you want. Just make sure I'm doing the same thing, right? I'm still here and I'm rotating, I'm at the same position, right? I don't wanna go from here and then row, then now I'm up here, right? That's why you wanna kind of avoid too much moving here, but if you can, keep yourself focused, rotate all you want. Just make sure that you're already pushing down on the weight here so that we can get the lats engaged right away, whether you do it this way or bilateral. So you can see right here how high up his chops are engaged a little bit, right? He can push down a little bit more. So do something for me, guys. I want you guys who is watching. And when I say guys, it's a very binary phrase, all right? I'm meaning everybody. On this channel, when I say guys, it means every living human being that's watching. Even if there's a dog or a cat watching, that's a guy too. I don't care, whatever. I want you guys to do me a favor. Take your hands like this, like you're doing a row. We're holding a pretend whatever, all right? We're up straight. Now I want you to push your elbows to the floor. I want you to bend. I want you to bend this at all. I want you to keep this position here. I want you to roll your shoulders back and away from your ears. And I want you to push your elbows. I want you to try and touch the floor with your elbows, right? Don't move this part, just touch the floor. Don't move this part. Keep it, there you go, thank you. Like this. Now push down the ground. I can guarantee you're gonna be like, holy shit, my lats are working out. Check this out, do the same thing. Now go like this. Now push your elbows to the floor. You're like, oh shit, my lats are working. Do the same thing again. Straight arm, now push your hands to the floor. Oh shit, my lats, right? A little trick you guys can do at home to kind of feel your lats before you even start doing the lat exercise. Hey guys. So we got some high rows in here too, a little montage going on here. It's just Right, so we got the chest plate here. Now I'm gonna got a comment on my man here. He is doing a lot of work here in his back, but the issue I have here, the little tiny issue is because of the way he's pulling, he's getting a lot more work done here than he is in the lats. See, if you can take this, see how his traps are working too from here? If he push those elbows down, he still get a great activation here. This is phenomenal. Right here, great activation, great definition. Everything here is great. Good job, Jess. Now push those elbows to the floor and you'll see this part of his lats that much more accentuated, like that much activated, right? That much more. So push his elbows to the floor. Now, when we're doing the high row, just pretend we're on a high row machine, which they basically is like this and it's like this, and that's exactly what it is, right? A lot of times we have this part here and then we're on this and then we're all the way back like this and we're pulling like this, right? The machines are set up so you don't have to do half the work that you're doing unnecessarily. The weights here, the pads here, keep your chest or stomach, your core majority on the pad. And then when you're pulling from a high vertical, and it's a vertical row because again, you're gonna get some teres major minor in there because you're coming from vertical, but we're getting a lot more of the elbow going back, so we're getting a lot more of the rhomboid and the lats and the traps and stuff working in this. But when we're pulling down, this isn't gonna help us. This is actually taking away from the range of motion, right? Look how much, think of this. Think of the gap right here, right? When I'm straight. Now if I do this and I keep my arm the exact same, if I do this, it closes it off. Right, and I lose that little bit of stretch I want here. I want that stretch. So leaning off this isn't doing yourself any justice at all. It's actually taking away from your entire workout. Not the entire workout, but it's taking away from this exercise, right? So do yourself a favor. Keep yourself on this, on the pad, on the chest pad. Engage your core. If you're doing one hand or two hands, whatever, one hand's here, or maybe your one hand's up here, keep it here. Keep yourself honest. So when we're pulling, see the gap here? We're from here, and we're pulling and the elbow's going all the way back and then going all the way up. This is good because I have to shift, this has to work, then this has to pull down instead of being like this, right? You guys think that's not that much, doesn't make a difference, but check it out. If you are natural, it can make a difference. That's the whole thing I'm talking about when it comes to like enhanced guys. Enhanced guys can be like this all they want. You just freaking tug on the thing and it's gonna grow. Because they have steroids in them that's gonna help them recover muscle really quick and build muscle really fast. That shit works. I'm not promoting it, I've done it, it works. But it's not gonna bridge the gap for those who are natural, who need every little inch when you're pulling. Now I'm not saying people who are not natural that they can just skip the shit and not do the work. Fucking put the work in, right? Be just as meticulous as if you weren't on steroids. Regardless, form over everything. Disciples of discipline. Disciples of discipline. Disciples of discipline. So we got straight arm pull downs. Now these are one of those things I need to go over because again here, just right here, we're getting just traps galore in this exercise, right? Traps, or we're swinging it back. These are one of those movements that we can really not load too much and just really work on just this working here. So where Eubanks is pretty good, right? But I want this to work that much more. You can see the stretch here, this is phenomenal. That is awesome. But again, rounded back. You see the lats, how they're flared out they are? We can do so much better here. Let's not skip anything, right? Get the full range. Jesse's a little better there, but we can show you, I'm gonna show you guys how to actually really optimize this workout because this is one of those exercises that even my athletes have a little issue with. It's just activating, especially if you're using like two handles or ropes, it makes it a little harder. If you're doing like, you know, a straight bar or, you know, easy bar, whatever attachment, it's right there. Plus the range of motion kind of stops right here where this allows you to go through. Now, do we have to go as far as these guys are going? Not necessarily, but we still need to do it more optimal. Okay, so we got straight arm pull downs. The difference between doing them with the bar is range of motion. Obviously having these two guys here is gonna be that much better in terms of like range of motion, right? You're gonna get a little more. Either way, when we're doing this, we wanna make sure we keep our hands open, right? So if you're gonna use a straight bar, your hands would be here, right? So think hands show width regardless, right? We don't have to be wide, right? This isn't gonna do anything by being wide and doing these, it's not gonna work. Hold this like this wide. It's not gonna be anything special,
What is
right?
that?
Shoulder width apart. That's it, just from here. Now from here again, I want to walk back a slight bit, and I'm actually gonna put a little more pressure, or I'm gonna kind of like be on my toes a little bit for this. I'm gonna hinge my butt back, but I'm gonna be a little bit on my toes from here. I wanna be like athletic, be able to jump around, right from here. So from here, again, when we're pulling, now how high do we need to go? Well, this is gonna get me right here. I can go back a little further. The further I walk back, the more stretch I'm gonna get, the more I can really force the stretch if I was doing like, say like a dumbbell pullover. This would be like equivalent to dumbbell pullover, right? If we're here, we're kind of like losing a little bit of range of motion from here rather than being back. So walk yourself back a bit so we already have a little bit of a stretch. I'm gonna hinge my butt back, just like doing a stiff leg deadlift, right? So if I was doing a stiff leg deadlift, I'd be like here, right? I'd be here, or if I was doing a row, I'd be here. Same, that's what I wanna do. Now from here, I wanna push these down and away. And when I get to the bottom, my chest is gonna be up while I'm pushing this thing down still, right? I don't wanna just pull my elbows back. We're not pulling my elbows back with this. You can do that, that is an exercise, but for this, doing a straight arm pull down, we wanna be straight from here. Internally rotate a slight bit, just so when we're pulling, we don't get a tricep exercise, right? So from here, internally rotate a little bit, and then we're gonna pull down, pushing the butt weight away from our body, and then as soon as we get to the bottom, we're gonna pop that chest up so we stay in this position, right? Now, if you feel your triceps are like, man, my triceps are killing, they're going to, right? Because your tricep does help with shoulder extension. So when we're pulling down this way, you are gonna feel your triceps. So don't worry about that at all. But we don't want our elbows doing this on the way down, because then you are working your triceps. So again, from floor to core, athletic position, hinging back, right? Tight core, and then we're gonna push this weight down and away from our body, then bringing it in. And while we're getting close to our body, we're gonna pop our chest up, engaging our core, so we're straight. We wanna avoid doing reps like this. As soon as your traps are engaged, when I'm coaching athletes, as soon as their traps get engaged, they're done. They're finished, your set is finished. We're not gonna just squeeze out reps like this, because you're no longer working lats, you're working traps, triceps, I don't know, but this looks absolutely terrible, right? So just think of that when you're doing this again. Remember, you're pushing away and down. And when you're at the bottom, again, think about that cue I just gave you guys to push your hands to the floor. Push your hands to the floor while your chest is up at the bottom of that lift. So when you're here, we look like this and our chest is here. We're not like this. We don't want to be like this. We want to avoid this thing. Okay? Hey, that is it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Hey, check it out. If you do try any of these tips and cues that I give in the video, make sure you guys let me know about it in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. You know I'm gonna come with the tell like it is, transparent, vulnerable truth. And for coaching, johnrashid.com. If you want to know more about my coaching, guys, book yourself a 15 or 30-minute consult. I deduct it off any package that you pick. Also, guys, hit the description below for those discount codes and promo codes that'll save your life or change your life for the better. And add me on Instagram and TikTok. Send your progress pics, your training pics, and your video clips, and I'll repost it for you, because you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.